Tell me something, would you pay $200 for a version of ChatGPT that's so good you might not need to worry about math problems in the near future? Also, how many of you noticed that Samsung silently teased a pair of smart glasses back in Paris? And then what if I told you Apple's finally fixing the biggest complaint many have with its screens on the next iPhone? I know, there is a lot of ground to cover as we've got 4 topics to look into. I'm Jaime Rivera and welcome back to my channel. Let me know what you think about dad jokes on this segment again, as I ran out of them like 5 years ago. Welcome to the first ever Tech Briefing. Okay, before we get into it, let me explain the dynamic of the show. One of the biggest problems we have with the daily, aside from obviously burning out from doing videos every day, is that some seasons we had too much news and in some we would run out of topics. Sometimes we even ended up making videos with filler content that wasn't really worth your time just because we had to make a daily show. Then I decided to spin it off into a single topic video, which we called a deep dive, but those are hard to come by as well. For Tech Briefing, what I want to do is adapt it based on the news. If I feel we have some worthy topics that don't warrant a full video like today, then you'll see multiple news in one. If I feel one topic is big enough for a full video, we're going to do that. I'll try to do at least one of these a week, but some seasons you might see multiple videos a week. This allows me to keep you informed without being limited by the format or the name of the series. Last but not least, I think the coolest thing about this being my channel is that I'm no longer restricted by the name of it. Expect more than just mobile news going forward, because if we're honest, mobility has really extended so much more than what we just knew as phones in the past. So speaking of that, let's begin with OpenAI. The company is currently going through its interesting 12 days of announcements, and they kicked it off with a new model called ChatGPT Pro. So for context, using ChatGPT free gives you access to the GPT 4o mini model and limited access to 4o. $20 a month gives you access to Plus, which gives you more bandwidth, but is still limited in access to the models. ChatGPT Pro is a crazy $200 a month, but think of this as the time when Professor X would use Cerebro to connect with other mutants. This is unlimited access to everything, so it's more of an enterprise service that companies might just want to pay to have on a need-to-need basis. The company gave a full demo on video showing how much faster Pro is to preview, which we had before, and how it blows GPT-4 out of the water in speed. Going back to the Cerebro analogy, this is for more complex problems. The demo showed how you could simply take a photo of a mathematical problem, and I mean a drawing, not even the formula, and its multimodal capacity would allow it to solve the problem in seconds just by looking at a drawing. Obviously, right now $200 a month is a lot, but imagine a future where all you have to do is show it a drawing of a real-life thermodynamics problem or a medical research issue, and the model is able to solve it in seconds. It's a pretty cool future where you really won't have to worry about how bad you are at math, or how bad some of us were. Now let's switch to the Google Pixel 9a, because you've got to love how this company just cannot keep a secret. The device is set to arrive in late spring 2025, and the leaked renders we saw earlier have now been confirmed by real-life images. It brings Google's minimal 2024 design, but maybe like 4 notches above or below, depending on how you want to see it. If anything, I'd say the camera module resembles more the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, or at least half the module in the corner and not sticking out so much. Now what's interesting is that this is reportedly Sony's 48 megapixel IMX787, which yes, is also on the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and yeah, it's not amazing. A bit too soft for my taste, but oh well. We have a 13 megapixel ultra wide and then the same count for the selfie camera. Now as with the rest of the 9 series, this affordable variant is expected to be powered by the Tensor G4, which is okay, but that said, the rumored 8 gigs of RAM don't paint a pretty picture for AI capabilities. If anything, the 5000 mAh battery does sound enticing, but prepare for long charging sessions with the rumored 18 watts of that. The biggest question is if it'll remain at $499, which is already too expensive for this lineup to be truly considered affordable. Now let's switch to the iPhone 17, and yes, I know we're far, but just hear me out. The debate over 60 or 120 Hz is already pretty interesting in my last comparison, so be sure to leave your comments there. And listen, I agree, it's crazy for Apple to charge Galaxy money for 60 Hz, but I guess I joined the rest of the world that can't really tell much of a difference. Still, it seems Apple has listened, because this could actually change next year and in multiple ways. So the first of these seems to be that screen sizes are going to grow. Apparently, the base model will adopt the same Pro 6.3 inches diagonal. We heard the Plus might be no more, and instead it'll be replaced by the Air, which we hear will be around 6.6 inches in size. What you'll care about most is that, yes, finally it seems that Apple has woken up and smelled the coffee with ProMotion, making it to all iPhones. Not sure if the base model will have the always-on display though. If you remember, the 13 Pro launched with the speed, but not always on. The Air is reportedly getting it, though, as it is apparently bringing a better version of LTPO. Last but not least, we hear of improvements in durability with a new anti-reflective coating that's better than ceramic shield, and even a smaller dynamic island thanks to a new compact metal lens, quote-unquote, for Face ID. We'll see how it goes. And finally, let's talk about Samsung. Not sure if you noticed, but at the end of the Galaxy Unpacked in Paris, which I was at, there was a very clumsy and almost silent announcement right at the end of the company working on something that's either VR related or smart glasses. Hey, maybe both. Samsung is reportedly going to show us in January what it's been working on, and we presume that it'll be at the company's Galaxy Unpacked for the S25, which apparently is happening around January 22nd. The source claims that we'll most likely see a teaser on video, sort of like what we saw with the Galaxy Ring at the same event this year. That said, you might not get an actual product until the third quarter of 2025, which is a total bummer. Thing is, these smart glasses might be more like the Ray-Ban Meta than they are like the Vision Pro, or at least the ones that we're currently talking about. This is actually sort of a good thing because they'll look like regular glasses, and boy, do we need that. The XR platform that's running them is in collaboration with Google, in addition to, we assume, Qualcomm, so they will be Android-based, and where Gemini plays a key role. The problem is that, like the Ray-Ban Meta, they apparently don't have a display, meaning Gemini better be great on them. The report claims that these weigh around 50 grams, which is what the Ray-Bans weigh, and heck, they might even support payments. Clearly, Samsung wants to veer hard into the wearable market, but execution will be everything here. For today's question, I actually have two. Number one, would you pay $200 for ChatGPT Pro and why? And number two, would you be okay with these Samsung glasses without a display? Because in my case, I can see corporations paying $200 to be able to get all that functionality. It's kind of a steal for that. And as much as I love the Meta Ray-Bans, I do really want a display. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, this is the first of many episodes, and also the basis for the third project that we want to launch around the summer of next year. It's still a work in progress, though. Expect better graphics and storytelling in the near future as we build it up for you. For now, your feedback is everything. Please let me know what you think, and also follow me on social media and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.